Ellen Landsberger, and I'm here on a wrap-up of our day at the Infinite Strength Metastatic Breast Cancer Conference. And to wrap things up, we have the pleasure of interviewing the founder and director of, president of Infinite Strength, Roberta Lombardi. Roberta, this was an amazing day. How did you come to make this conference, to think about doing this and putting this together?
Well, you know, the women we help, they don't have a lot of support. They don't feel a sense of community. And so we knew it was important to try to get them together. On the other hand, sometimes they're really sick. Sometimes it's really hard for them to get out and come to something. But we thought, let's try it because there is no conference like this that hones in on the emotional impact of the disease. And, you know, I had set a goal like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we got 100, but if we had 50 people in the room, that would be great. And we had 125 people. So that tells me that it's needed, but what really made my day today was the level of audience participation. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think that people were really so engaged. You had wonderful speakers, people who really shared a lot of their expertise, and they made it very grounded in things that patients really appreciate. It's very patient-centric, which of course is
right.
about what your organization is all about. So can you share with us and tell the audience a little bit about Infinite Strength?
So we exist to help underserved single mothers living with metastatic breast cancer. And we provide financial support for housing. So we give every applicant $1,000 a month towards their housing for 6 months. And then we provide emotional assistance, and that's through something like this, or our educational panel discussions that we host. And everything is free for patients, so we don't charge for anything. It's just about trying to relieve the burden and also trying to give them a better quality of life with their family. And then, of course, we just launched our newest initiative, which is patient resource navigation. So we have built out a patient resource portal that is HIPAA compliant. So all of the women that we help are in this portal, past, present, and of course the future. And when they come to us and they're approved for our financial help, we then have a patient resource navigator that works with them to identify other things that they need to improve their life. Is it transportation? Is it childcare? Is it behavioral health? What is it that would help them access treatment, stay in treatment, or just improve their outlook and their quality of life for them and their family? And this is a brand new thing, and it's coming on the heels of the Biden administration just getting the codes changed for patient navigation. So we are now working with the White House. It's a really exciting time for us.
That's just so terrific. I think that what is not so appreciated is that the women that you're talking about who are have fewer resources than other, you know, more advantaged people. They don't know how to navigate the healthcare system as well either. People have been in clinics where you sit and you're appreciative of whatever you get. And in cancer care, you really need to advocate for yourself. And that we got a lot of really great tips today from the professionals about how to do that. And the patient panels, that's one of the great things too, because we share with each other the things that we've learned and ways to deal with the medications and ways to deal with the system. So that's really important. And I think the patient navigation is going to go really far.
I do too, especially because those we help really don't have a voice. So they don't know how to ask. Maybe they're embarrassed to ask. Maybe they don't feel like they can ask. So a lot of times how this idea started is that it's my cell phone that's on the website, right? So the women call me directly and they don't know who I am. They just call. In fact, last week somebody called me at 1:30 in the morning. And they tell us things because we answer the phone, and I think they're used to, oh, she picks up the phone. And sometimes I'll answer Roberta Lombardi, and they're like, you knew you pick up the phone. I'm like, okay. And so they started to call us on a regular basis when they need something. they just want to talk. And at first it was like, wow, I'm not a licensed clinical social worker. I have to, that's a fine line. And then the whole patient navigation thing kind of popped in my head. And that's a huge piece. And we should be relieving the burden for these patients. And we should be using our voice for them because they don't know how. So now when they tell us, my doctor told me this, and I know that's totally untrue, and that they're really not being heard, we know who to go to. We encourage them to get a second opinion, to find another doctor that's right for them. It's very eye-opening what we do. And I said in my opening remarks, and I could not mean it anymore. I mean, the more we do the work, the more stories we hear and we think we've heard it all. Haven't uncovered even a little bit. I mean, it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
And some days it's really heavy. We have a lot of women now that are homeless. And they find us, and we're helping them get into apartments.
Wow.
But they're either homeless and living in their car, or maybe they're in a motel. We're just helping a woman right now. She's got an autistic son, and they lost their apartment, and they're living in a motel, and all she has is a microwave.
Wow.
And she said, it's very traumatizing because my son needs a routine, and he doesn't have his house now, and, I can't cook for him, and nutrition obviously is a very important part. It's just one thing when it's different. I don't think people understand that. I mean, it's one thing, some of us are diagnosed with an illness, but we have resources, and we have help, and we have support, and family and loved ones. The people we help, no, they don't. And so it isn't just that they're battling this disease. They've got a whole host of problems that are outside of cancer, but then it's all like it snowballs.
They're also lacking a support system
Right.
that I think you are providing in addition to the financial support, the emotional support. It's really amazing. So you've helped so many people. We're really appreciative and really have a great amount of admiration for what you've done.
Well, right back at you, because I'm really just in awe of all that you guys have done. And I mean, I listen to you, and it always gives me ideas. I go for walks and I plug you guys into my ears, and it gives me inspiration, for things that we can do to help others. So, I mean, I think we're all doing what we can. There's so much more to do. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
This was such a great addition to the conference.
Terrific. Well, for the first annual Infinite Strength Metastatic Breast Cancer Conference, this is a wonderful way to end our experience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta.
Thank you.
Great.
Anyhow, that was great. Good. Very good.
Fantastic work.
Thank you.
Oh.